Yo, what up, guys? Underground Mangaverse here, bringing you One Piece Chapter 1001, Battle of Monsters on Onigashima. On the cover page, we have Jinbei on a jellyfish, surrounded by more jellyfish, floating in the night sky. He's just chilling, just hanging out, sleeping, resting from all of the stuff that he's been through, probably, thinking about some food and stuff like that, just chilling. All right, guys, let's jump into the chapter. We pick off from where we left off last chapter after Luffy had punched Kaido in the face and declared that he was going to be king of the pirate. Now, to start it off, we have Big Mom still saying that Luffy is proclaiming that he's going to be king of the pirates and calling him a little brat. Now, Kaido is still shocked that Luffy even managed to damage him with a simple punch, but little does he know that he's been training since he got out of Udon prison. And then we have the four other supernovas that are on top of the roof with Luffy: Zoro, Killer, Kid, and Law. They're just as shocked that Luffy was even able to damage him. Zoro is saying, oh, this must be the new Rio that Luffy learned. And Kid is just as shocked to see that anybody could even damage Kaido with regular physical blows. And Killer is just happy because of the Smile Devil Fruit, and he knows now that they have a chance to beat Kaido. After that exchange, we get Big Mom saying, do you even know what it means to be king of the pirates? But we know that multiple people have different visions of what king of the pirates actually means. For Kaido and Blackbeard, it's something similar to taking over the world and just doing whatever you want and having a lawless land. For Luffy and most likely Roger, it just meant being the freest person on the seas and just having fun with the people that you care about. With Big Mom, it's a little different because she wants to unite the people, every race, under one flag, which sounds good, but with her little spin on it, it could be really dangerous. And to the world government, it means someone opposing them and trying to tear down their system. So they definitely don't want that to happen. During that, Kaido is thinking back to himself, and he's just absolutely shocked that Luffy has been able to grow this much since he beat him in Curry. And he's now looking at him with visions of Rocks, Roger, Whitebeard, and Odin standing behind him and saying, how high will you go? Showing that Luffy is reaching the pinnacle of prowess that these other pirates have achieved. He then mutters to himself, Straw Hat, and he starts to grin and says, Thunder Bagua, and strikes at Luffy. Luffy sees the attack coming and barely dodges it and rolls onto the floor and tumbles back to his feet. Kaido then, smiling, says, good, you won't let the same attack hit you twice head on, referencing the first battle that they had where Luffy got one-shotted by the same attack. But that doesn't end there. We get Big Mom coming in with Prometheus and about to strike him with flames. But Zoro's not having any of that. None of them are touching his captain anymore. He comes in with the clutch and says, Fox Fire Flame Rend. He uses Kinemon's attack, and Luffy is so shocked he says, that's Kinemon's attack, no way. Zoro then starts grinning from ear to ear and saying, I stole it, which is what Zoro said right back in, I believe, Dressrosa, or was it Punk Hazard? It was one of those two arcs. But Big Mom is absolutely shocked that Prometheus was even damaged from a mere sword slap, but she doesn't know that Zoro's been saying that he was gonna take Kinemon's attack and just cut fire. It was just amazing. Then Zoro says, don't let up for a second. We're fighting two Yonkos right now. And Kaido is about to strike Luffy with his Kanabo once again, but Law comes in and warps him out of there and over to him. He then starts to tell Luffy that he was already going to teleport the samurai down below, and that now, because he said it, it looks like he was following his orders. To then Kid surprise saying, it looks like you've joined the Straw Hats now, huh? Which Law just says, I would never join them. But Luffy just casually says, who cares? The outcome was the same anyway. The bickering between these three, you just gotta love, because it's the auction trio Kaido from Sabaody Archipelago that are just playing with each other off in the corner in this immense battle on the roof between two Yonko and them. But that's where it ends because Big Mom is not having it anymore and tells Prometheus to attack them and sends 3 fireballs to them. And Luffy says, fine, if that's how it's gonna be, the first person to react to this loses. And Law says, I'm not playing your idiotic games. And Kid says, this is what makes you guys small fries. And Luffy just says, without missing a beat, fine, then I guess you guys are just losers, which catches both of them. And now they are sucked in. On the next page, we get 3 of their faces just looking utterly disgusting. Zoro then yells at them, what are you guys trying to accomplish by getting hit by an attack that you guys could easily dodge? While the 3 of them just land on the ground with flames of explosions just bursting out into the air. Then Kaido says to Big Mom, get back, I'ma handle these brats. And Big Mom is just like, fine, whatever, go ahead. And now we get Zoro putting on his headband showing that he's getting serious and says, don't get in my way, Kamazo, referring to Killer because he was actually Kamazo. Which Killer just then starts to laugh because of the smile that he unfortunately ate. I just love it because then Killer says, if I was using my weapons back then, you would be dead right now, Zorojuro. And Zoro just says, the outcome would have been the same, and starts to use his 3-sword style onigiri. While Killer also uses his move, we get a named attack from him, beheading claws, as they strike Kaido right through his torso and his neck. And Kaido just laughs and says, well done. And then we get an interesting panel from Zoro that says, I've gotta unleash Enma's power more, showing that he still doesn't have full mastery of Enma, but he can use it well enough that he can control the gauge. And then we cut back over to the 3 captains, and they get up and they start using their infamous signature moves. Luffy goes into Gear 4th, Kid uses Punk Rotten, and Law opens up a room. All while Kaido is just grinning from ear to ear saying, come at me. And then we get a double page spread of all 3 of them jumping in and attacking Kaido with their moves. And he says, you might as well be monsters on your own. Then each of the 3 of them give their own speeches on what they're gonna do to him. And Kid says, we know you've got tough skin, so what would happen if we crushed you to death? As he's gearing up his fist. And then we get Luffy just saying gum, gum, and gearing up his fist. And then we have Law just sitting there on a rock nearby saying, I will go straight inside your body and deliver a surgical death. And Kaido is just smiling, waiting to see what they have in store for him. Then we get Luffy with Kong Gun and Kid with Punk Vice crushing Kaido in between 2 of his fists, mechanical fists, while Law just says tact and starts raining boulders down on him. And Big Mom is just laughing while she's sitting on Zeus with Napoleon in her hand. And Kaido finally comes out in his dragon form and says, it would be a shame to kill you, but you leave me no choice. We'll take everything you have. Everything you own belongs to us. And Big Mom adds on, you've got some poneglyphs too. Can't wait for that. And Kaido says, whoever wins becomes that much closer to becoming Pirate King. And the panels show Luffy angry at the bottom of the chapter. Now, my thoughts on the chapter. I think the chapter was pretty solid, 8 to 9 out of 10. It was really good. The imagery between Luffy showing that he's nearing the level of Odin and Roger was really great. How Kaido saw him as almost attaining that level, but just not there yet. And Luffy still isn't fast enough to dodge Kaido's attacks without Gear 2. And even though he has Future Sight Hockey, he could almost do it, but he's not there yet. So I think we're going to see a major growth from Luffy in this fight. Zoro being the MVP, cutting Big Mom's Prometheus, and him using Enma is still not that well, but he's definitely going to get better at it with time if he just unleashes more of its power. But we don't know at what cost it could be. It could drain his arm if it really happens, just like when he first got it, or something else might happen. We don't know. And the banter between the auction house trio is just really, really sound. It was really funny seeing them compete with each other against Big Mom's fireball attacks that she sent their way, and then them just getting hit and then not being phased and just attacking Kaido right afterwards. So it was really cool seeing that. And even with all of that, at the end of the chapter, they didn't do that much damage to Kaido. So they have to figure out a way to start actually doing damage. Luffy has to keep using Rio. We don't know how well he can use it, like if he could just use it offhand like regular gear 2 attacks or just his devil fruit in general. So we have to see what Luffy could do with that. Kid's attack was really cool, crushing Kaido, but we know that Kaido doesn't take much physical damage, so I don't know what he's doing there. It didn't seem like he added hockey to it, which is strange to me. I don't know if he can use it, but if he can, he should be using it. Law's attack, he was trying to pierce him with jagged rocks, but it just didn't work. So Kaido is really a beast, and I can't wait to see what next chapter brings. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, if you enjoyed my content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.